take all.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's
I thought it was 25.
$250.
Well, 200.
50.
It was only 5 of us.
Well, you net 200. But
It doesn't matter. You net 200.
Yeah.
So you get to keep your 50, which you're assuming is gone, even though you're in the lead.
Gather round, ye lads and lasses, set ye for a while, and hearken to me mournful tale about the Emerald Isle. Let's all raise our glasses high to friends and family gone, and lift our voices in another Irish drinking song. Consumption took me mother and me father got the pox. Me brother drank the whiskey till he wound up in a box. Me other brother in the troubles met with his demise. Me sister has forever closed her smiling Irish eyes.
Now everybody's died, so until our tears are dried, we'll drink and drink and drink and drink, and then we'll drink some more. We'll dance and sing and fight until the early morning light, then we'll throw up, pass out, wake up, and then go drinking once again.
Muhammad Ali was an American professional boxer, widely regarded as one of the greatest and most significant blah, blah, blah.
I don't think we started yet, did we?
Just record.
Sorry.
So yeah.
Are you recording?
Spend some time in a recording studio, folks.
You're fucking...
Watch the guy behind the computer. He goes like this. You're live.
You're fired, Kyle.
We need a green light.
Oh, this is too bad. This is really too bad.
The banter when you guys started was perfect.
Oh, you done it. Fucked it up, geyser. Yeah. Oh.
So you're
Spindly little chink.
Oh, is that live? Oh.
Don't worry, we'll cut that.
That's post-pro. It's gone.
Replacing Zach today.
Cut that. Muhammad Ali was an American professional boxer, widely regarded as one of the greatest and most significant blah, blah, blah. Congratulations to Geyser. So you can all raise a glass to him.
Fucking Geyser.
Oh, yeah.
It's 26 sweet points.
Enjoy it while you can.
Apparently he had a rough
you're not
year.
getting points off Shannon Doherty, your first fucking pick.
She's got breast cancer and no insurance. I wouldn't be so sure.
There's no way she doesn't have insurance.
Nope. She had fired her business manager because he didn't make the payments.
That's such a terrible... Like,
she's just not going to go untreated.
Is she not in SAG? She has insurance.
She's got breast cancer. Whatever. And she's
one of the most terrible...
Points.
Yeah, you just chop the boobs off.
Yeah.
Done.
Wow. You just destroy her womanhood. That's it. It's easy.
Well, you're still a woman without
this.
Not really.
This from someone who has how many points do you have right now there, Varia?
It's a lot of potential points. There's a lot out there.
Yeah. Okay.
A lot of PPs out there. Tons of points. You got your 4 points over there, John?
Quattro. Just saying.
From the horse, right?
No, it wasn't a horse. It was Alan Young, guy who owned the horse on the show about the talking horse. Also Scrooge McDuck, as we've discussed. But it's all right.
I'm still unclear if we could have picked animals, celebrity animals.
I think we agreed no.
What celebrity animals would you pick? Tillicum?
Yes, that would have been a great pick.
How many Rin Tin Tins have there been?
Or Eddie's from Frasier.
Is it
timely?
I think there was only one Eddie from Frasier.
Moose is dead.
Is Moose
His name is Moose.
The dog?
Dog's name is Moose, and he's dead.
All right.
Rest in peace.
Hey, producer, produce. So anyway, yep, I'm very happy to still be around after I celebrated Muhammad Ali's death in a crowded bar on Friday night. People were not.
It must have been awkward.
Got a few stink eyes.
I can imagine. So you have to be a little.
Cagey about the American hero death celebration.
You just raise a glass. Here's to Muhammad Ali.
The American hero, the draft dodger Muslim.
Draft dodger, Black Panther, Muslim.
He was not a Black Panther.
That's a real triple threat of shit.
Well, he'll always be Cassius Clay to me.
Yeah, let's refer to him as his slave name. And
Jesus. Are we really getting that now? Slave name?
I think it wasn't one of his reasons. I mean, aside from being a dirty mud slime, was that he.
Where are you going with this?
He also changed his name because he didn't. He thought he said it was his slave name. Cassius was.
Yeah.
Oh.
which is weird that there was still a slave. In,
I'm sorry. Did his master give him that name or his mother?
Yeah, exactly. I don't get that. Like,
The thing about the slave names are a real thing though. Like Freeman. Like,
Sure.
Like, how many black people do you know with the last name of Freeman?
I think about it all the time.
far too many in an
I think-
ideal world.
I think about it.
Antonio Freeman.
I think about it all the
need
time.
Zach here
I think
today.
about it all the time. Whenever Marshawn Lynch comes up in a conversation, I'm like, there's no way that your last name is Lynch. There's just no way that that's your actual last name.
I don't understand, John.
Oh, that's all right. You want me to bring it around? Just for the record, I'm changing my name to Johannes Roland. That's
that's
my
pretty good.
proper German name. I don't know why. My name's John. That's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous name. It's my slave name. Slave to my parents. Gave me that name. Outrageous.
So Frazier won in the end, huh?
Is he alive still?
Yeah, Joe Frazier's alive.
I don't know.
Like-
I figure they all die of CTE or some sort.
He's still cooking.
George Foreman seems pretty healthy, though. I don't get
Yeah,
that.
he did name all of his children George, so there's something wrong with it.
Easier to keep track of them.
Even the girls?
Georgina?
Well, yeah.
Georgette?
Maybe, yeah, I don't know. But like,
Wow,
he has like,
Georgia is a pretty good name, too.
oh yeah, that's
Named
true.
me after a state. That's too bad.
There's actually a lot of variations on George, I guess, for women.
Jorge? You got any Jorges?
I don't think so.
It's a missed calling. Missed mark.
Giorgio?
I don't know if that applies to women.
No. Neither does Jorge.
That's true. That doesn't make much sense.
It was just a
Good
question.
God.
Just a thought.
So it was pretty shocking how quickly Ali was in the news and dead. All right, like there was no
I felt like it was a day.
It was the afternoon of, and then dead.
Which shows you how unpredictable this kind of sport, if you will, really is.
Are we calling this a sport?
Yes.
I call it a sport. I call it the sport of kings.
Yeah. Thinking of horse racing.
No, I'm thinking about death pooling.
These celebrity deaths, you don't see them coming. They come out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Prince? No one saw that one coming.
no one even
That
had
was a stunner.
Prince. Yeah. If only he would have disclosed that he was an opium addict, then we would have.
Just for the record,
Smoking an opium den.
man. How long was he on that?
I don't know.
Well, apparently, he hurt his hip.
By wearing high heels his whole life?
Well, no,
So he needs a drug that's stronger than soldiers get when they're shot.
No, he needed a hip replacement, but because he was the Jesus freak, they couldn't he couldn't have a blood transfusion, which he would have needed to have if he got a hip replaced. So then he just became addicted to painkillers because the pain was too much, apparently.
Because opioids are cool, but life-saving surgery.
What is fentanyl? Like what? What?
It's stronger than morphine.
Okay, but it's an opioid, right?
Right. But it's no Dilaudid.
So his doctor is gonna get fucked over, right?
I don't know.
Jackson's doctor, whoever was prescribing him this stuff.
Someone was trying to tell me it was the same doctor that worked on MJ. Is that right?
No, James Andrews is no, it's not James. Is it James Andrews?
I don't know, but he was in jail, or wouldn't he go to
No,
jail for a
but
bit?
he's out now.
Definitely
Yeah.
lost his license at least.
He still has those pads of paper for writing up prescriptions, though.
I don't think they even do it that way anymore, though. It's all electronic now.
Oh, they
for
do.
me.
Well, I think for controlled substances, you either use a hard copy of it, or you can have an electronic thing sent. But those are different, I think.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
requires more authorization.
Yeah, Percocet, Vicodin. You still get hard copies. You bring them in. I think the pharmacist probably follows up with the.
Make sure it's real.
Doctor, yeah.
Call this number. So how hard?
CVS.
How hard would it be to whip up some fake prescription pads, put your number on there, walk around the corner?
There must be some number they have to validate on the other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it can't be that hard.
I mean, the better call is to make friends with a veterinarian and just say you've got a 200 and whatever pound dog.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why do I need Valium? Dog gets skittish when it thunders and lightning. It's
My
crazy.
Labrador is morbidly obese.
I don't know what happened. Got this
200 pounds, its knees hurt when it walks. It needs the morphine.
I don't know why my dog needs Dilaudid. Just write me the fucking prescription.
All right, is there anyone who's close to death now? Anyone?
lot of
Johnny
people close
Manziel
to
has been popping up in the news, looking
disappearing for a few hours.
malnourished and drugged out, and disappeared for a while in New York, I guess. So,
If Zach,
Does he really disappear? I mean, like,
if no one's looking for you, have you disappeared? I don't.
I think the problem is everyone's looking for him. TMZ's looking for him 24/7. So if TMZ doesn't see him for 3 hours, then it gets reported as problematic.
yeah, I guess that is weird. Like, disappeared as in like they didn't have a photo of him or someone following him for like 4 hours.
like right now, I'm disappeared.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys know
You're
where I
missing.
am, but the rest of the people on the planet,
Yeah.
TMZ, you know,
They have
Do
no
they know
idea
where I
where
am?
you are.
it's too bad.
But Johnny Manziel might have been the sneakiest best pick of the draft.
It's looking that way. It's looking better and better every day. But I also
certainly-
think they just want to see him die, and so they're just really throwing that news out there.
How great would it be if we were
I
just...
mean, when your dad comes out and says, I'm
Yeah.
worried my son's going to be dead in a year.
that means you need to draft him quick.
All right, it was a good pick, I have to admit. It was
I think that's Zach's only good pick, looking through his team right
pick
now.
Hulk Hogan.
The guy
That's
who
a
just
great.
made $100
No, that's a
million.
terrible pick.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Oh, okay.
He's got millions of dollars to live for now.
Yeah,
Like Tom Brokaw looks like the healthiest 76-year-old ever.
but he does have cancer.
Touch of the cancer is there gonna
But-
slow the old Brokaw down.
But Shannon Doherty, she gets a
he's
bit
got
of it.
insurance.
Jesus, it's such a terrible theory.
Not insurance. It's all about their manager didn't pay her health insurance.
He does have Jerry Sandusky, which is a very good pick.
He actually does have quite a few good picks that
No,
have popped up in the news recently.
He's in the segregated population. Like, he's not with general population in prison. He's a child
but
rapist.
He's still a 70-something-year-old in prison whose entire life crumbled before his eyes.
Look, I'm saying I hope the guy's dead this year. That's terrific.
Oh,
I mean,
not this year. I hope, maybe a day after or so. Just in time for me to draft him for next year.
Didn't someone take Jared Fogle?
I did take Jared Fogle.
Who-
He did get beaten up in the yard,
Yep.
so I'm hoping a few more of those happen.
They need to work on their shank making
Yeah,
skills.
dude.
Dude, you should send him a care package in prison that makes it look like he's a rat. I don't know how you would put that together. Like, hey, thanks for the testimony. Like a cake that just says thanks for the testimony.
In the shape of a rat.
Yeah.
Go with the what was that? The Departed with that terrible metaphor at the end. Oh, there's a rat on a railing.
Yeah.
You remember that? And it just seems stupid. That's as clever as you can be, Marty. Really?
Is that how we're referring to Martin?
That's
Scorsese?
how everyone calls. That's what everyone calls Martin Scorsese.
Just other old people like De Niro.
Marty and Bobby. That's what we call them.
Man, De Niro's a good
Bob?
pick too. De
I don't know.
Had butt cancer a while ago, didn't he?
Is that true?
Yeah, I think he did.
butt cancer.
Yeah.
Like anal or colon?
I think that's the same thing. I
don't
think it was colon or
I think
prostate.
there is
I
just
don't know.
anal cancer.
Or prostate?
I mean, colon is your anal cancer, right?
There are two different cancers.
Producer Kyle?
Yeah. Do you have any idea?
Find anything on the internet there?
Want me to fire up the internet?
Yeah.
Get somebody on the phone. Some sort of special.
Phone a friend here.
Yeah, we should loop Elliot Johnson in, the butt doctor from New York.
Anal cancer.
If Zach were here, he'd
Anal
call.
cancer image search.
yeah, it's got to be
Yeah.
an image.
If
search.
Zach were here, he could
Google
call the.
butt cancer. The first result is what is anal cancer?
Hey, okay.
Okay.
See.
Does it say it is a fictional disease?
Well, it's WebMD. Let's see.
Somebody get Zach on the phone and call that proctologist that told him that sunburn on the side of his face was nothing. You have to go to a dermatologist.
That sunburn, that permanent sunburn on the side of his face is a birthmark.
It disappeared after he got burned really bad when he was 20.
He has cancer. He's gonna die.
I got Zach.
Poor
I got
Zach.
Butt
Zach.
cancer or anal cancer is different than colon. cancer.
Boom.
There we
Wait,
go.
no, that means you're right.
See, that'll be great. We can just edit. We'll be like, hey, producer Kyle, have any info on that? And then, boom, just edit all the rest of that out, and you'll respond right away. Like, wow, that's good producing.
No editing. We don't need editing. Kyle can look it up on the
Well,
fly.
now we're going to have to edit it a little, because
Well,
now
we
we're
edit-
talking about editing.
Why not? We can talk
We're
about it.
talking about editing.
Yeah, so all of this is going to be
fine.
cut.
The best thing we could do right now is just have like the sloppiest edited portion of like the whole podcast, like right now. Just like really bad edits and transition until we continue going on.
Just edit
'Cause we will
Zach
never
saying
edit
racist things into
podcast.
this part. Replay is drops from last week.
If Zach doesn't get here, though, seriously, in the next... Oh, is it 13 minutes he's got? He fucking... Ooh.
Well, see, here's what would be fun with Zach is we just we pretend there's an actual Zach. Zach never goes on the podcast, and then we invite him to a podcast in a month or so.
What do you think about that, Zach?
See, he likes it.
Perfect.
Another celebrity in the news is Richard Simmons, who was just released from L.A. area hospital today.
Didn't he gain a bunch of weight back?
I don't know. He was for a brief period of time being held hostage by his nanny or some sort, or like his house.
That can't be a real story, what you're telling me.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a thing. That's a theory, and I'm more than happy to believe it.
I forgot who was. I read about that. Like, it's apparently really sad.
So they're not sure if he had suffered a stroke, is suffering from dementia, or some other ailment.
No one has Richard Simmons.
He still does lead some classes, though, from time to time, I've heard.
I don't know. Well, I mean,
That might be how he remembers it.
exercise classes?
Yeah, yeah.
Huh.
I mean, I'm sure in his mind he's... Every day.
He's still sweating the oldies.
I feel like I listened to like a sad podcast about his like state of life. It's like Mickey Rooney-esque, where he's like emotionally abused and locked away by like his.
Why didn't they just fire that homekeeper? Like, fire your kidnapper.
You know what? It's time for your annual review, and I'll be honest, things have kind of taken a turn.
Dude, don't let me out of the house.
I don't know what's
anymore.
happened.
So you're not going to get your cost of living increase this year.
Has anyone else been in the news lately for potential deaths?
I just saw a tweet about this. I don't think it's true, but the day Muhammad Ali died, the Nickelback drummer died. Is that true? Did anyone hear about this? Did you check your Nickelback blog today?
That's so much better than the China upstaging with Prince. That's so much better.
If a member of Nickelback ceases to exist, does anyone give a fuck?
Yeah.
Does he really die?
Producer Kyle, are you on this?
No news. I believe he's still alive.
That's too bad.
Would it make news?
That's too bad.
He has a Wikipedia page.
What's his
Yeah,
name?
I could see it on the scroll, like on the bottom of the news, but they wouldn't dedicate a segment to it. There's no obituary.
You should get Nickelback
Dan-
bonus
Daniel
points.
Patrick Adair.
Daniel Patrick
Was he-
Adair.
He was in the news not at all, or
Nothing recent, no.
Here's an on-air production meeting. We should have a Nickelback song as our intro.
I'm writing a jingle. It's a sad lyric, up-tempo jingle. It's gonna be wonderful.
what do you think? Photograph or How You Remind Me, or
How You Remind Me seems pretty good. It's kind of
fitting.
reflective.
Oh my god.
I gotta admit that I cannot name a single Nickelback song except for "Photograph" and "How You Remind Me Now."
although I don't know if it's called Photograph now. It's like Pictures
it
of
is.
You or something.
No, that's a picture. There's another song.
Like
It's a
Sing It
real
For
song.
Me, Varia.
Nah, I don't know it.
Anyway, talking about Nickelback.
So that guy's still alive. So that's kind of
That's too bad.
it's a bad.
So what are the rules? Speaking of Muhammad Ali, when we were talking about how I'm still not convinced it's not a hoax that he's already dead.
Do you need me to deliver you his thumb or something?
Oh no!
With proof of death?
I'm curious about people that go missing. How does that factor in?
Who's in your basement, Braden?
Tell me the rules, and then I'll let you know.
The person has to be confirmed dead within the year.
So basically,
What if retroactively?
Then retroactively it doesn't matter. What if retroactively it turns out they vacate all of Tom Brady's wins and you had him as a quarterback and none of his touchdowns matter. It's over with. You get the year. Got to be confirmed dead within the year.
Yeah. These are celebrities. They'll figure out if they're dead or not.
It's literally the only thing we care about in America is how celebrities died.
Yeah.
Well, it'll work.
To Cassius Clay.
That was a satisfying one.
I can imagine people were none too happy with you, though.
You'll always remember your first there, Geyser.
I will. It was too quick and a little awkward, but it was a great time.
I was in a bar being a lot of dirty looks on other people's faces, but nice work.
It is well done.
And fuck yourself.
Yeah. You could,
Well, if everyone had to make an educated guess as to who the next celebrity death was going to be, what would you go with?
Well, didn't we briefly bring this up last night during some boozing? I thought it would be Tim Curry.
Oh, that's right.
let's see who has Tim Curry show.
It's not me because I'm a fucking retard. All right, I just pick my own picks. I use my brain.
I'd be very happy if Tim Curry keeled off.
I think I said Gene Wilder.
Yeah, you did.
Ooh, that was one of those ones where everyone had a heavy heart when he was picked because no one wants to see Gene Wilder go.
Well, I mean, I do now.
Well, yeah. Well,
he's got to get.
Have you seen him? Life's not good for him anymore. I mean,
He does always. His face is so sad.
It's a sad look.
he seems
I feel
all
like
there, though. He seems pretty.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't talked with the man recently.
Oh.
But I'm just saying, like, you look at him, and he looks rough.
I think
He can't walk anywhere without someone holding his arm. Like, he's one of those guys right now.
I
It's
mean,
like,
he's definitely in danger of falling into the chocolate river and getting sucked up into the into the out nozzle or the whatever the fuck it's called.
Because that dude doesn't go to the marshmallow room; it goes to the fudge room.
Yeah, he's he really needs to put some guardrails up around that factory with
it was not very safe.
Stage.
It should have been shut down.
It's actually like it looks enticing, but it's a shit show.
It's very dangerous.
Can you imagine how gross that candy room is after one tour group goes through and starts licking and eating everything?
Well, plus Charlie got his grubby little fucking mitts all over that thing. I don't want any poor kid touching my shit.
Get out of here, poor.
You fucking disgusting. You know who's gonna fix that? 45.
Dude,
45.
They definitely had bed bugs in that house, right?
Oh my god!
That was
If you think
the
that's
least
the
of their
least of their
problems.
It's like that's. Oh,
I think they had bad rats. Jesus. That was a sad fucking family.
But they had the.
you can't even get 2 beds. You make 4 people sleep fucking feet to face. Do they not roll over at night?
Imagine the bed sores on them.
Who turns them over?
Charlie's got to clean this. Oh, man.
Charlie brings the big spatula or the wooden spoon his mother uses to wash their clothes to flip them. That's disgusting. Charlie,
think they were
fucking go buy them another bed with your...
Mixes the porridge as well. Yeah, that's a...
The saddest part of that movie is it's like, at the end, it's like, Charlie, it's all yours. And he had to go through this endeavor where, like, his heart was broken. It's like, he could have sold the golden ticket for, like, a nice house and 6 beds.
That wasn't really a bad financial decision on his part.
But now
He did end up owning the chocolate factory.
But he owns
He
the
had
factory.
he had no idea that was going to
I
happen.
mean, that guy's got to be an asshole, and he just keeps it for himself, right? Like, makes the stupid decision. He's like, no, I'm going to live here with my poor crippled parents who can't have sugar because they're diabetic at this point and they're going to lose limbs.
They know that
So they don't sell
diabetes
it out.
existed in the 1800s.
It was the
Or
1970s,
1950s, huh?
my friend. It was the 1970s.
When did that movie take
The
place?
70s.
Well,
But
I think in America it was in the 50s,
No,
and I think in England it was the
It was the
1800s.
Industrial Revolution.
I'm not
Because,
so
like,
certain about that.
Because Mike TV had the fucking remote so you could change the channel, but Charlie's mom is still washing their clothes in a cauldron.
You would have thought the Department of
depended
Family
what
and
country
Children
you were
would have helped out.
Oh my
The social
God.
worker really needed to stop it on
And
that.
I mean, they were what, English or they were right?
They're English.
Right?
But
Charlie didn't have an accent, did he?
You know what?
he did.
Speaking of this, I'm pissed now that I didn't pick whoever was
he
the
didn't.
actor that played Charlie for my fucking death pool.
But they lived in like some
Oh,
sort of
no, his
industrial
grandpa-
revolution cottage.
His grandpa didn't have an accent either.
That accent.
It wasn't Britain. It was not England.
But no, he went to school. He's like, oh, Charlie, let's do a math experiment. How many Wonka bars did you buy? 2. 2? And he has a British accent.
Oh, and
he's
so
like
does
200. He's like, no, just 2.
The guy who...
I'm never gonna win like that, you little poor pussy.
the candy shop owner was British, too. The who can take a sunrise guy. Whatever. The Candyman guy.
The
He's
Candyman guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
that fucking guy.
where was that set?
That's a terrible. You know what? Now that I'm looking back, Gene Wilder's the only good thing about that movie, and it's only because he was happy to see all those kids get eliminated.
But how crazy, how pissed would you be if you were Charlie's parent and that Slugworth guy offers you a briefcase full of cash while you're stirring porridge with your
Jesus.
with your laundry spoon for a fucking golden ticket for like a one-day tour of a chocolate
Just
factory?
to see some fucking chocolate.
You're like, what?
Nobody had any idea that they were orange. There were orange-colored dwarves in there that were fucking running the show. No one knew the cool parts about it. They're like, I can't wait to go in this place.
It's
It's
not
been
like-
closed for like 20 years.
It's not like Charlie had any idea he was going to end up with a factory. No. It was a one-day tour. I would be so mad at my kid. You're like, wait a minute.
We're living in this World War II bombed out fucking house. It's falling down. You see your grandparents. For some reason, your dad's not around, but I'm taking care of his parents too. It's like,
Well,
are you
and then-
fucking kidding me?
And then, in addition, where the fuck did you get the money for a chocolate bar, you little shits? We need food!
What are you doing wasting money on chocolate bars? Charlie, I could have bought a lot of rice, to be honest with you. What the fuck you thinking?
And then
It was written by Roald Dahl.
Yes.
who's
Yeah.
British.
Just a side note, though, or 2 questions basically. When Charlie's grandpa gets up to walk, do you guys remember that scene in that movie?
When he gets inspired, right?
gets
'Cause he's like,
inspired?
oh,
When everyone finds out that he was faking me and just didn't want to go
Okay,
and get a
so
job.
there's my question. Grandpa didn't want to work, so he had his 10-year-old grandson and his daughter or daughter-in-law. I was never really sure how that worked out. And was Dad dead in that?
No, Dad just peaced.
Dad had to agree.
He's like, I'm not living in this joint anymore. this place sucks.
I can't find anything about where it took place.
Grandparents won't even get out of the bed that me and my wife fucked for in one night. Working 19 hours a day.
So they had bedpans too, right? Do you think Charlie was emptying their bedpans?
Those were never empty. Can you imagine what that
Just
room
pissed the
smelled
bed.
like?
Yeah.
I think they boil those down for water, I'd imagine, or some sort.
Oh.
Oh, you re-ingest it. Get your nutrients. Second fermentation. That's what it's all about.
It's what is your body burns like 70% of the usable energy in a food source.
And like, okay, we're
Well, you got to get that extra 30%.
We're assuming
that's
too that the rest of the kids died, right? That Wonka murdered the rest
Yeah.
of those kids.
You don't put a kid in a taffy puller after they get shrunk down and expect them to live. No.
I'm more worried about Violet Beauregard, who blew up like a fucking blueberry for some
You
reason.
don't
Not the
juice a
blueberries
fat
did.
chick and expect her to live.
Well, they drowned the German kid in like the plumbing system, right?
In the fudge room.
That's
No.
why he gave the factory away. He realized he was going to prison for quite a long time. Like, he was being shipped off to an island prison. He knew that.
Sideways or
He's-
slantways,
he's
you're taking
dead.
that Wonka baiter straight to Folsom. Shit's real bad in your world. Well, anyway, Gene Wilder, like I said, I don't... Maybe the only thing that's important about that movie in retrospect, but
Yeah.
I do kind of hope he goes this year. Mostly because I feel bad for the man, but also because it's a sweet 18 points.
18, all right.
And that discussion led us to bring up Charles Grodin. And whoa, he looks odd right now.
That was a
He does not look good.
It's definitely a missed opportunity.
Well,
He doesn't look like himself.
He was pretty old at
Well,
the
it looks
time.
like Bernie
being told,
Madoff, though,
so-
and that's a good thing.
but he was doing like that,
that going on.
pseudo-Republican talk show on Fox News.
But that was like 15 years ago.
No, that was
Oh,
recent.
no,
wasn't it?
That wasn't any time recently.
It's gonna make some good pod. I gotta
Yeah,
look
good
up.
pod. Researching Charles Grodin's.
I think it was MSNBC.
It was.
I
Okay,
think it was
so,
just called the Charles Grodin Show.
Yeah, it was like a talk show, I thought.
so what movies was he actually in? He was in Beethoven.
Beethoven Second, Clifford.
Clifford is probably one of my favorite movies.
I told you guys last night. Once the dog
Midnight
movie
Run.
franchise was over with, his run was over with.
Yeah. Not a lot of staying power with Charles Grodin. He's 81. Yeah, wow.
Or actually, you know what? If he's 81, he looks pretty good.
Oh, he was in Rosemary's Baby. He played an obstetrician.
Yeah.
Oh, hey. A snatch doctor.
Who could forget him in Dave?
I have no
Apparently
idea. what
everyone-
day
Was that
it
the-
is.
He
was that the Minions
No,
spinoff?
he was the accountant guy, the accountant friend of Kevin Kline, who was like, the
Oh.
federal budget doesn't make sense. I'm going to spend the weekend and fix it all.
Dave's the one where there's a president who's
Who has like a
about on his deathbed and they find a
He had like
lookalike.
a stroke. And he
They
was
find a lookalike.
Yeah.
It's a great plot for a movie.
It's a pretty good movie.
Not enough respect for Dave.
Yeah, well, he ended up pulling the first lady at the end, like as like a temp agency placement guy.
What do you mean?
He fucks the
First lady.
first lady while the president's on his deathbed?
Yeah.
That's low.
Hey,
By both.
who you calling right now?
The King of Wings, Abe Froman. Oh, I know that's the Sausage King of Chicago.
That's the Sausage King of Chicago.
I'm calling Zach. Oh, because it is 4:03, and I should probably stop leaning into the mic like that. I was just looking at the. Oh, I mean it's a certain time.
Yeah.
He's late.
Charles Grodin's film debut was an uncredited bit in Disney's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Thanks, bye.
You think he played the
Please
squid?
record your message. When you finish recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Yeah.
Zach, that's pretty much the worst voicemail ever. Hey, it's 4:03. Where are you? This is just getting ridiculous. And bring me some wings, would you? Buffalo, extra spicy, blue cheese. Later.
Why is he the king of wings?
Because one night we were out eating wings, and we each got 12. And I was on my third wing, and
Zach
I
was
looked over, and he was fucking done. It's like, how'd you do all these? I love wings, dude. Just got my new phone. You're the king of wings. Yeah, that was like 15 years ago. That's a long time ago.
Back to who we think is going to die next.
Yeah.
I am looking through the list. I mean, I feel like George Bush Sr. has been out of the spotlight for a while. I feel like he's a good one.
Now that his son Jeb disappointed him again.
Yeah.
Hugh Hefner. He's been also, selling off all of his assets at this point. I think that's a good one. And the Mary Tyler Moore cast has got to start.
Somebody's got to hit. On the
Kick
You
it
know,
off
once
here soon.
one of them goes, it's going to be a domino effect.
Yeah. Yep.
They can't survive
Did
without.
anyone pick
Oh,
Mary
Rob.
Tyler Moore?
Yes.
Yeah. That died.
I picked Mary Tyler Moore.
I thought I did.
You have Valerie Harper.
Who has Rob?
I thought I had Mary Tyler
Rob.
Moore as well.
I think I have Mary Tyler Moore.
Oh, Rob.
Oh, Rob.
Ooh, she was my second pick, actually.
Oh.
I mean, we can only dream.
Ed Asner's on there. Who else do we got?
Oh, God, I hope it's Ed Asner. How old's Ed Asner these days? 91?
He's up there.
Dick Van Dyke is loosely related to the show.
Was he ever?
Well, it's a spin-off, right?
No,
The Dick Van-
Mary Tyler Moore show is a spin-off of the Dick Van Dyke.
Nope. Mary Tyler Moore
No.
was just on the Dick Van Dyke
Yeah.
show.
But her name
Right.
was Mary Tyler Moore on the show.
Because her actual name is Mary Tyler Moore. It was Rob and
No,
Mary.
it was-
Dick Van Dyke was Rob.
Yeah.
And Mary.
Well,
Rob.
All right, it might not be a true
might have been
spin-off.
Mary.
There it is. See, now it worked.
Yeah. Oh, Rob. It's gonna fall down over that couch cushion on your way into work every day.
It was an ottoman.
That's fair.
Oh, God.
What a retard. He did it every day.
Auto Man.
Well, every
Why
once
did
in a
he just
while,
move it?
no, it was actually kind of genius because every once in a while I used to watch this.
They'd
shit
like fake it.
Well, every once in a while he'd catch himself
Yeah.
and then go around it
Yeah.
for the beginning of the show. It was was very, very well done.
I used to watch it too. It was Nick at Night.
Oh yeah. I can't remember a single episode though, except for that.
Yeah.
Where Richie, his son, like statutorily rapes a chick.
What?
Oh, that was a dream. Never mind.
Yeah. You had a son named Richie in it? They had
Yeah,
a
I think
son?
so.
Oh,
Yeah.
that made Mary Tyler Moore seem way less hot.
I don't remember much of the Mary Tyler Moore show itself either. There was an episode where Ted Baxter was impotent. That's the only one I remember.
This is what I remember about the Mary Tyler Moore show. Hat up, hat down. That's what I remember about it.
Something
That's
about
it.
Minneapolis and
Yeah.
the IDS.
They'd always go into Ed Asner's office. I think he drank a lot in there.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Well, I mean, it was the 70s. They really drank a lot.
How incredible is it that, like, that you could just get slammed, have, a 4 martini lunch and be a joke around the office? Like, oh, don't let him sign your reports this
Don't
week.
let him drive you home again. Yeah,
Driving, well, they didn't worry about that back then.
No.
that's true.
Legal limit was 0.16. They didn't give a shit.
Wait,
They didn't even have. They didn't have
Salad days.
They didn't have
the American
drive home.
breathalyzers until 81. Like,
Drive home carefully.
Yeah.
Go the speed limit.
I'm going to follow you home
Yeah.
and make sure you drive slow.
you boys been drinking tonight?
Yep.
I'm gonna turn my lights on. I'm gonna follow you home.
Yeah.
God, high school must have been the shit in the 70s.
I don't get
Except all
how
the weed sucked.
I don't get desk jobs before computers. What did people do?
Like, filled out forms and had messengers take forms to other people to fill out forms.
You hit the buttons. It was like 435 plus 792,
Calculators.
and then you hit the crank and
Typewriters and calculators?
yeah.
And then you write memos to people. Although, you have your girl type up the memo that you dictate to her.
Because let's face it, you didn't get into the office until 9, and at noon you and the boys are going out for drinks until 2, and then you're gonna get back and pretend to work, but be too drunk to do it.
You're gonna
And at 3:30, someone's gonna come in and go, "Hey, we're going out for happy hour. Are you ready?" And you're like, "Shit, I've been at work too long today." Absolutely.
My buzz is kind of dying
My
down.
buzz is dying. We're gonna have to get somewhere.
When you're not napping in your office, you're just drinking. That's life in the 70s.
Can you imagine if you went out after work and someone was like, "Hey, gonna get you a martini"? You're like, "It's not lunchtime. Yeah, fucking bourbon, you idiot." Like,
Come on, let's have a nightlife drink.
it's fucking 4:30 p.m.
Oh, man. Alcoholism.
Had a hard day of drinking. I need to relax.
Just chain smoking in your office.
Oh, see, that's the money part. That's the piece of resistance.
Like, like, that used to be cool. Like, there's a news radio episode about no more smoking in the office in, like, 1998.
Oh yeah,
Like-
Phil. They set Phil up the fucking. They set Phil Hartman up the smoking area with the chair by the window.
Too bad that chick was
And he
waiting
goes-
with a shotgun,
And he
right?
goes, "Oh Jesus, Phil Hartman, that would have been a great pick."
That's a good
He
thing.
he sits down, he smokes, he goes to ash it. There's no ashtray, and they move an ashtray over for him. And he's like, "Yeah, that's cool." And he looks over, and there's a little shrub, and he goes, "What's with the salad?" And they just move it away. It's like the best episode. That's such
Well,
a
like, but the moral of the story is it was
Oh,
so
and-
cool to smoke in an office in pre-9/11.
And doesn't Dave Foley try and give up coffee?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
at the same time, he
Oh.
tries to give up cigarettes, and he's like, "Oh, how you doing?" I coughed up something that looked like escargot this morning, but other than that, it's doing pretty good.
He wore the
Are you-
patches like a belt around his waist.
Oh, I don't know, 14, 15 of them? I didn't know you were only supposed to wear one. Oh, fucking Phil Hartman.
What did they end up making the recording studio the only smoking room in the place?
Fucking
They hotbox it.
Rogan seals it with duct tape. Somehow that keeps it airtight.
Remember
Duct
the
tape.
rack on Candy Alexander? What was her
She
name?
is smoke.
Like-
She is smoking.
Oh, I used to know her name.
She is like almost.
What was her name on the show?
Catherine.
Catherine, yeah.
Yeah.
Catherine Duke.
Like, she had fake boobs, right? Like, because they were, like,
know.
hoisted up
I
and,
don't
like...
know. I'm not going to commit to fake.
Well, I do have to say, Maura Tierney, though, was the hottest one on the show. She had that demure, like, librarian look.
Yeah, she's alright.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You can
She's,
get
I
mad at me
expect
for
that
talking.
shit out of Jared, but not out of you.
Yeah, Catherine
What was the
Duke.
Beth?
Yeah, Vicki Lewis.
Yep.
That big old horse nose on her. God, she
was pretty unfortunate looking.
Feed her, hey.
Is she an Irish Jew? Like, it's very bizarre.
Just feed her a sugar cube as you're going in for the kill. Like, there's no issue with her. There's no issue with her. Really?
She was in a few episodes of Curb where she says, "Oh yeah, to take my daughter into the doctor. She's got a rash on her pussy." And then Larry keeps using that terminology in front of other people, thinking it's okay. It's like, no, it's okay. She just has a rash on her pussy. Talking about a 5-year-old. Like 90s sitcom characters you think would be actors would go next? Like who would be?
Oh, I'd go to die. Martin from Frasier.
Oh, yeah.
Michael J. Fox.
He was not. Well, he's
Space City.
Oh yeah.
90s sitcom. Huh?
Like ones we like grew up with, like
John Lithgow.
Yeah, I don't see anyone from Friends going anytime soon. Frasier's, besides Martin.
Well, Kelsey Grammer's life is
pretty fucking good right now.
Is it?
He's gone through like 3 or 4 divorces.
Yeah, it doesn't matter when you're rich as fuck. Who cares?
He's got to have some good residuals.
How much money does he have really saved up?
He was making like $1.5 million an episode, and it's a 20-episode season.
I'm so glad guys are here and knows all this shit.
He was making a shitload.
He was the highest paid actor.
Oh, there's got to be some old people from Jerry Stiller from Seinfeld. Seinfeld's got
Stiller's, yeah.
His wife died.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's going to be some old people from Seinfeld that are going to be kicking off here.
Uncle Leo's dead.
His best role is in Zoolander, by the way.
No, the Heartbreak Kid.
What?
You guys got to watch.
Yeah, I've seen it. Carlos Mencia's in it.
No one but Coach has died from cheese.
My son has your panties, and he's been talking about them all week. Sorry, I just have quotes of the Heartbreak Kid up my sleeve.
No one from Cheers has died other than Coach, but he died in the 80s.
George Wendt, I can't believe he's still going.
Yeah.
Like he's never really
lost weight.
Yeah, he's just the same.
Haven't we been confused about who George Wendt is?
Norm?
Yeah.
Norm.
John Ratzenberger is still going strong, too.
As long as Toy Stories keep getting made,
Yeah,
he's still in business.
Every Pixar movie he's in, like he has a voice.
Well, so is George Wendt. He's in.
I get those two mixed up.
Norm and Cliff.
You're supposed to.
Okay.
God, did he?
It's a dog-eat-dog world, and they cast 2 fat white dudes that sit at the same end of the bar.
What was it? It's a dog-eat-dog world. I'm wearing Milkbone underwear.
That's the one. I think
Woody Harrelson would be a good sneaky pick because he likes to drink, likes to smoke pot, likes to. He would be a. It would be.
I think he's very into like natural things, though.
Did anybody pick Bill Murray?
No, he seems like a good
Fuck
pick,
you
though.
guys. That's travesty.
You go fucking suck off Bill Murray.
Yeah,
like
no,
you and the rest.
He
of the
seems
internet.
very lonely. Like, doing all these things, showing up all over the place.
Yeah,
Seems like
he's kind of a try-hard.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm so cool, I can do this, and everyone loves me.
Because to be honest,
it's enough already, Bill Murray.
Until last year, everyone had been like, Robin Williams, that's a terrible pick. Robin, he seems so happy all the time. Yeah, of course he does. Because it's like shit.
So, my theory about Robin Williams was not a suicide. Autoerotic asphyxiation.
Like in the movie that his son died of that same thing in?
Yep. Yeah. He hung himself from the belt from a doorknob.
Yeah.
They never said if his pants were up.
A doorknob?
That's true.
Yep.
See, my theory on Robin Williams' death is also related to one of his movies. It's The Final Cut. I don't know if you've ever seen that. But my theory is that Robin Williams was going back over all the memories of his life and realized all the terrible things he'd done. So he killed himself.
Yeah, Robin Williams did a lot of terrible things.
In reality, Robin Williams found out that he had Parkinson's and was in stage 2 of dementia and killed himself, and his wife knew that he was going to do it, or his fiancée, or whatever she was, and she actually released a statement about a month later saying, like, you know, nobody talks shit about him, that's not what was going on, here's what was happening, he didn't want his life to be this way, blah, blah, blah.
I do remember hearing something about that Parkinson's shit.
Yeah. He found out he was in trouble, he didn't want to fucking go through it, that's what he did. It's the Ernest Hemingway. I've given all I can give. It's the end of my go. Enjoy what I gave you.
So here's a
toe on the trigger.
Yeah, the Deadpool podcast got pretty heavy.
Yeah. Let's freshen it up with some more talk of death. So who else?
Nothing to liven our spirits with more death talk.
Hemingway would have been a great pick back in the day.
Back in like 1960.
I feel like any famous authors, but there were really I don't know any famous authors like Stephen Franzen.
Yeah, Franzen.
Is he dead? Did he kill himself?
Daniel Lusky. You could pick these. I mean,
Michael
who's
Lewis.
the poet laureate right now?
R.L. Stein.
Yeah.
R.L. Stein's a good one. I went with Beverly Cleary, but she just hit 100, so I'm hoping she stays alive long enough to get her off of my
Didn't
list.
they to kill him? Harper Lee? Didn't she just die?
She was like 90 something now.
Yeah, well, we overlooked the authors a little bit, I think.
I went through them.
So apparently, the original draft of To Kill a Mockingbird had Atticus Finch as like a vicious racist.
Colonel Sanders type, huh?
No.
Is J.D. Salinger still alive?
No. Actually, he died like 4 or 5 years ago, and all of his unfinished works
it was
are to be released.
But he was like recluse, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, he hated talking with people. J.D. Salinger.
I still
What kind of
haven't ever
sucked
read
anyway?
Catcher in the Rye.
It's. I can imagine in like 1980 reading it, I'd have been like, "Oh, I can't believe I'm reading this in school," and like now you're just like, this fucking.
Yeah, fuck it. I just watched Game of Thrones and saw someone get.
Hey, there's an author pick right there. R.R. Martin.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that would make the internet explode. Like he's still like the number of fanboys out there that have not yet. They're begging for his new book.
The show has become canon, anyways. The show is the book at this point.
Way easier to watch
Yeah.
than to read it.
Yes. What do you got going on over there, John?
Oh, I'm just picking at the scab when I fell down the steps.
Just a little scared.
Fell down the steps.
When my wife beat the shit out of me. Sorry, guys. Apparently, you can't get drunk anymore and take a tumble down the steps.
Is Stephen Hawking defying like science by being alive right now?
Stephen Hawking is science. So as long as he's alive.
He is the singularity.
I feel like
more machine than man now, right?
He's had his time. Just turn the page on him.
Nobody picked him, right?
Oh,
No, that was Vario's first pick.
Vario went heavy on the ALS
That was a great
route.
first pick.
Yeah, I was very heavily slanted towards the ALS crowd.
How come you didn't take Tread Barta?
I didn't. First, name never occurred to me. I remember.
You don't know your famous
I
anglers?
barely remember him, and then you just send me a text saying Trent Barta is a handicapped.
Yeah, he had a stroke.
Yeah, he's confined to a wheelchair.
Strokes make good picks.
But never have a stroke.
Yeah, that's just terrible. There's nothing worse. Nothing worse in life than a stroke.
So Terry
that you
Schiavo,
live through.
if Terry Schiavo was alive
terrible
at
when
the
you
time
die.
of the draft, could you have picked her?
Well, she wasn't a person at the time.
I wouldn't call her. Would you say a celebrity though?
Well, she was in the news and famous.
She was made into a
Everyone knew her
celebrity, I
name.
suppose.
That's the issue. Is it? Basically, are you in the news? Would you be in any sort of blurb on the news for your death?
She would.
Would Brooke Baldwin take a moment out of her busy day at CNN to go, breaking news?
I think we'd have to make an agreement before you determine draft order because that would be the number one overall pick, and it could just skew the game. I would say for the game's purpose, no, it wouldn't be allowed.
Yeah. I mean, because she was already dead by the time she became a celebrity. They just had her hooked up to some machines.
Yeah, like
Let's be real here.
because then immediately that's like boom.
60 points.
Yeah.
What about Ted
God,
Williams?
do we really have to get
he
into
dead?
our views on
Well, his
death?
head is frozen.
Are you
somewhere,
dead when
right?
you're hooked
So
up?
he's alive.
No.
So if he comes
No.
back, do you lose your
But I just
point?
think it would like ruin the league, like because then whoever randomly gets the first pick, boom, 60 points. Like
It's like
free.
picking Adrian Peterson in 2009. You win.
Or AJ Mansour in 2016. Is he already dead? Yep. Are we just waiting to get the confirmation? Yep.
We're just waiting for him to be buried.
Just dig up that corpse. So we're moving on. We got a great segment coming up. Braden's going to help us out here with it. Dead or alive?
Yeah, with Muhammad Ali dying in the past week, I feel like it would have been it's a good idea to kick off our Dead or Alive quiz, determining whether the celebrity is dead or alive, with a sports theme this week.
Right.
A bit of a sports theme.
Hey.
You guys are going to have to help me out with these because I'm playing in the game as well here, so I don't know all these celebrities myself. Let's just start it off here. Len Dawson, dead or alive?
Alive.
Len Dawson. Now, who is that now?
As a football player.
Oh, I'll say alive.
Yeah, he's probably alive.
He's probably hating life, but he's alive.
Len Dawson is alive.
Yeah.
Was he a dolphin? I think it was a dolphin.
I got no idea.
Len Dawson.
I don't know.
Kyle, who was Len Dawson?
All right, next up, Marco Pantani. Pantani.
Well, since we don't know him, I'm going to go dead.
Yeah, fuck that guy. He's dead.
Dead.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Next up, Adam Petty.
Ooh.
Is that of the
Brother
Petty
of
fan?
Richard Petty?
Yeah. I think he's dead. I think he's the kid that died on the track. I think he was like the son of Richard Petty.
Oh, I like it. Let's go dead.
Producer Kyle, would you look up
I'll
the
say-
exact cause of
I'll say dead.
death for Adam Petty?
I'm pretty sure he died on the track.
Right now, all I want to know is was it a wall hit? Did he get his brain smashed in, or was it a fire?
According to Wikipedia, his throttle stuck wide open at turn 3, causing the car to hit the outside wall virtually head on.
Smashed
He
out.
instantly when suffered a basilar skull fracture.
Like I said, head
He was
smash.
19 years old.
Oh.
With racers, guys,
Woo!
there's two kinds of deaths. There's I couldn't get out of the car fast enough, burn alive death, and there's my head got smashed into a million pieces death. It's not pretty, but that's the way it goes, and that's the risk you take.
Yeah.
Do we have any other race car drivers drafted in this pool? I took Carlos Munoz as an Indy driver for the under 25
And
cat.
Danica Patrick would have been a
that's
great
really
pick.
good pick, actually. That's actually a really good pick.
Did anyone take Danica Patrick?
No, but it would have been a great pick.
I feel like she.
No.
I don't. It's just she's not good
She
at
doesn't
anything.
win, so she's not driving risky enough.
Yeah. She's a pussy.
All right, next up on the list here. Number 4, Chick Hearn.
Oh, I'm
Who the
gonna say.
hell is Chick Hearn?
I
He was,
believe
golfer?
dead.
Yeah. I'm
Golfer,
going
right?
dead.
I think, was he like a Los Angeles? Was he a Laker?
Oh, Kyle, let's get you on that list there. He's dead.
Chick Hearn. Yeah,
Was he
I'm
like a
pretty sure he
Laker? And then he was like a
basketball
Laker
player.
announcer later on or something.
Yeah.
Play-by-play announcer for the LA Lakers.
Wow. Check out the
LA Lakers or Minneapolis Lakers?
LA Lakers.
Because it wouldn't make sense to have
I feel like he died within the last 2 years. Like,
to have a team called the Lakers
Summer
in a
of
desert, right?
2002.
yeah.
Yeah, close enough. 14 too. That's relative.
Head injury.
Ooh, we have a theme going.
Well, we've had a pretty...
Yeah, it's a sports theme.
Head injuries.
It's true. We've had a pretty easy list so far, so we'll throw a softball your guys' way. Jerry Jones.
Alive.
Of course.
That guy. I hate that guy.
What's there not to like about Jerry Jones? He loves what he does.
He paid for
Supports
his own
team.
stadium.
Oh,
Doesn't
Ziggy.
Doesn't he just remind you of like a slave owner? Like
All of those guys remind me of slave owners.
Even Ziggy Wills.
Ziggy?
Yeah.
Student
I
athlete.
don't know. I just don't like dudes who do like the facelift shit in their like 80s. It's like, who are you trying to impress?
The 20-year-old he's banging.
They're not banging him for his looks. They're banging him for his money.
So you don't believe in true love.
It's just, what's the point?
True love is based on.
What do we got
looks,
next
not
there,
money.
Braden?
Next up, we have Ernie Banks.
Alive.
He is alive. I'm pretty sure he was on
No,
TV
the
a little bit ago.
Ernie Banks, he's dead.
Ooh, you got a bit of a gray area here with
Kyle,
Ernie
settle
Banks.
this for us, would you?
Ernie Banks is dead.
Oh! What'd he die of?
Heart attack.
Ooh.
When?
January of last year.
Very recent
I
there.
missed that one.
Yeah. Would have been a good pick.
I love how we say that after everyone who's dead. I make a pick.
That's a great pick. Holy shit. Ernest Hemingway would have been a great pick.
Well, the problem with heart attacks is they come out of nowhere. That's why,
true.
like Braden said earlier, strokes are where to go.
If we were serious about this, we'd hire 10 PIs to follow around our 10 top picks. What do they eat? When do they go to sleep? When do they wake up?
Yeah.
Is it a sporadic lifestyle? Do they like to drive fast? We'd
definitely-
have an algorithm built.
Scouting is going to improve in the next year. We're going to have to like really
Analytics?
Yeah.
I was going to say money. It's Moneyball time, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time to get in on this.
Get a Harvard intern to help me out. I really need that $25.
Get a Harvard janitor to do it. He'll help me out.
Next up, Arthur Ashe.
Oh, he's dead.
Didn't he have AIDS?
Yep.
He's
died.
dead.
That's the Arthur Ashe Award.
Oh, yeah.
ESPYs. You don't get an award until you're dead.
Arthur Ashe was South African, right? Or is he American?
He's a black dude. I don't think he was South African.
Well then.
I know a guy at the bar I work at. He looks like Arthur Ashe.
I feel like when your name Arthur Ashe and you're black, there's a real strong pressure to not have dry skin.
Lastly, Joey Dunlop.
Oh, he's
Not
Dead.
familiar with that character, but I'll say
I'm not
alive.
familiar either. I'm
sounds like
assuming
he's a
he
racer
founded the
or
Dunlop Company.
Oh, dead.
yeah. You got to be like an
Most
original
likely, guy.
race car guy or
Yeah.
something. Back in
Gotta
the
be
day.
Golf ball producer. Tennis
Race-
racket maker.
race car driver.
So he's dead.
He
right?
dead.
Bob.
Yeah. Well, hey.
And that's it for our first round of Dead or Alive trivia, athletic themed.
Ooh. Hey.
Were we keeping like score or anything? Or no?
I'm pretty sure I won.
Yeah, you keep score at home. You don't keep score here.
All right, we'll cut that.
We're going to kick it out to some of our sponsors right now. Lubriderm, in honor of Arthur Ashe.
I mean, like, how often do you think you got called Arthur Ashe? Like, by
Is that where Ashley Larry came from?
You don't know what ashing out is, there, boy? White boy?
I'm not familiar with this.
So I'm on a so it's like right after so it's like 2007. I'm on a date.
Yeah.
Black girl.
Ooh.
Awesome. She looked at me when we were sitting down and she goes, "Oh, you didn't put any lotion on?" And I was like, "No, what are you talking about?" And she goes,
it's like I'm not
"Your
going to
skin's
masturbate.
dry." I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she just reaches over and scratches my arm, and it just turns up super fucking chalked down. She goes, "That's what I'm talking about." Wow. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You could tell by looking at me that I hadn't put lotion on when I got out of the shower. Didn't say that to her because she was smoking hot. I wasn't about to get into that, but very strange moment. That's when I found out about being ashy.
Yeah.
No clue until that moment.
Yeah, I mean, my first introduction was Ashy Larry.
That's really in reference to dry skin?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
Oh, I had no idea.
See, Braden's an uninformed white person like myself.
Yeah.
Who reaches over and scratches someone's arm? I remember thinking it was oddly sexual and amazing at the time. Look! How could you just like look? And I was. I mean, it was it was bad. Really dry skin.
To be fair, that was about 60 pounds ago, so you're constantly, the bigger you are, the easier it is to maintain soft, moist skin because you're just constantly sweating.
Is this science?
This is science.
Is
It's just science.
We're gonna
black
edit that.
skin
Edit
science?
that out. We're gonna edit that out.
We should have a section of this show called Ask Dr. Guys.
You just gotta rub some dirt on it. You'll be fine.
Yeah, get some dirt on there. I ain't gonna turn up money.
Here's your bill for $5,000. Yeah.
Oh,
I should say he got his he got through medical school due to his status as an affirmative action candidate. So let's not take his advice literally.
Figuratively, at least we can be.
Yeah,
we can be
yeah.
polite. There's no need not to be polite. Love of God.
I'm getting a little racial here.
A little bit.
A little racial.
We got to make up for Zach.
I know it.
Here.
See, if Zach were here, he could have cleared up all this confusion for us right away. He just yelled, "You're ashy!" across the table. Hello.
All right. So,
Well, in summation,
what's everyone going around and make a quick pick between now and our next podcast? Who do you think? Make one pick for them to die. Who do you think's going to die? One celebrity.
Does it have to not be on your team?
It can be on your team, but if you think it's like within the next 2 weeks, like
Who's going down?
yeah, who are we talking about next podcast?
All right. You want to go first there, Jason?
All right, I'm gonna go with it's gonna be somebody in their 90s. I think I'm gonna go Jerry Stiller. Jerry Stiller will die in the next 2 weeks. You heard it here first, the Deadpool podcast.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and pick someone on my list since we were just talking about the domino effect. Ed Asner.
Okay.
Gotta be Ed Asner up next.
Did he fight Muhammad Ali at some point?
On the Deadpool podcast.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first.
I'm sticking with my list. I think it's Hugh Hefner.
Okay.
It's gonna be great when we hear all the stories about
I'm telling you,
about the uppers and downers and
There
the
will be a
Statutory rapes.
Yeah, the
Yes.
questionable sexual.
There's gonna be a lot of
encounters
stories
the-
that come out. I think with that.
Yeah, I really liked the Hef. I really liked the George Bush, as we referenced earlier.
yeah.
But you know what? I'm going out on a limb here. I'm going with the Queen. I think Zach's got this. The Queen is dying. Next 2
In
weeks.
the next 2 weeks, you heard it here first on the Deadpool podcast.
I like it when the beers hit us. That's when this really takes off. Zach, what do you think? Who's the next one that's gonna die? Well,
That's fucking dumb. All right.
that's a dumb answer, Zach. You're a fucking
Sounds
idiot.
about right.
We had to censor it for how racist he was right there.
It's not an appropriate thing to say about Filipinos.
Yeah.
Be nice and say jungle bunnies or something. For
Holy
Christ's sake.
shit.
That was a little too far.
So then, what are we thinking here? Some time travel talk? You know,
You've been waiting the whole time just to go to time.
I have. It's great.
Just to catch up everybody at home that doesn't know what the hell's going on with that conversation, we were discussing Michael J. Fox in our long-running Parkinson's discussions.
Yep. With Muhammad Ali, we thought he was an overlooked draftee for this year's death pool.
Yeah.
Likely picked up later in the year when we do our ad drop.
And the idea that Michael J. Fox would be in a fourth Back to the Future was set as a courtroom drama directed and written by Aaron Sorkin, in which he was suing Doc Brown for exposing him to undue amounts of radiation, thus giving him Parkinson's.
With the climax being him sadly attempting to play Johnny Be Good on guitar and failing while he stares at his hand trembling. It's not disappearing like in the movie. It's just
Recreating
trembling with a single tear
Scene
flowing down his cheek as
from
the
the
judge.
Enchantment Under the Sea dance
Yep.
in Back to the Future 1.
The question became, if you knew you were going to get Parkinson's from time travel, would you still time travel?
Maybe just once.
I think
Yeah,
the
just-
answer was maybe just once.
You do it. Well, what's the difference? If you do it once, you still get Parkinson's, right? So why not just keep doing it?
Or you wear that radiation suit he had on the first one, but not the second or third. The second or third is when he got exposed to the radiation and got Parkinson's. Remember, the first time he goes back, he has the full radiation suit get up on.
See why? Okay, but how does that fourth movie exist? Is the time machine still around, or has it been destroyed?
In the third,
Because they have the time train. in the
well,
third.
the time train runs out. The time machine gets hit by a train.
Yeah.
In the end of
But
the
then
third.
Doc comes back with a
Time
new
train.
time train
Yeah.
with his faggy little sons and Mary Steenburgen, and And so he's got a new. He can time travel again.
He did have some
So-
magic logs that he was using, huh?
So if he still has the ability to time travel and he has Parkinson's, why not just go into the future and get the cure?
Because there is no cure for Parkinson's.
How do you know?
It's a death sentence.
Yeah.
Look at Muhammad Ali.
There will be eventually in 2,000 years. Well, they figure it out.
No, probably not.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're wrong.
You're an idiot.
The only answer for time travel is to live like Biff. That's the only. It's the only.
If you
logical
time
thing
travel,
would
do you age in the time period that you traveled to?
What do you mean?
So if I go back like 20 years and I spend a day, do I age a day?
Well, you can't stop
Yeah.
time in your own personal life.
Well, so what's going on while I'm
all-
time traveling in the
It's
past?
all relative, bro.
Yeah. But
Duh.
speaking of relatives, you come on. I mean, your mom looks like that in that prom dress.
Oh, you're fucking her.
You think Marty's his own dad?
That's a great theory.
Or actually, it would be his brother's dad.
It is-
He had
That
the
also
older brother.
explains the mutation towards Parkinson's.
Brent, I thought you were asking if you went forward in time, do you age the time that you that you go? Like, so if you go forward 5 years, do you age 5 years? And the answer to that is that's not a time machine. That's a box that you
Fast
sit in for
forward
5
machine.
years.
It's called a coffin.
Yeah.
It's your tomb. That's where you just.
It'd be the worst time machine you could buy. You
could buy one.
gotta make sure you get the fast forward option or the skip option, not fast forward. Yeah, time machines.
It is weird how, like, in Back to the Future 1, like, she wanted to fuck Marty in high school. His mom did. She didn't at one point, like, as Marty was growing up, he's like, wow, that looks a lot like that guy I wanted to fuck in high school. But
Whose
never
name
did.
was also
Marty?
No, it was Calvin Klein.
Oh, that's right, Calvin Klein.
Or her husband wasn't, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Why does our third son look like that dick from high school
Yeah.
who just disappeared
Who-
after
no,
prom?
fuck that. Who hooked me up with my wife?
Yeah.
Yeah, where's Calvin? What were you doing with Calvin 15 years ago? Was this when we were on
or do you-
vacation?
or do you think
Lorraine,
it-
you slut!
Or do you think it was just one of those things they talked about in bed at night? Like, God, Marty really looks a lot like Calvin
It is
Klein.
kind of weird.
Oh, does he?
Even the way he dresses and the underwear that say Calvin Klein that I watch every day.
No, honey, you're overthinking
And then
this.
didn't his dad then write a book about that encounter, like that night when he like encountered like he came down as a spacesuit?
No,
Well,
he
only in the
already
Like he
version.
wrote based off of that.
He
Only in the
already
good
had,
version of the future.
He already had the like a comic book that he was reading that had the Marty looked like the guy in the radiation suit. That's how he freaked him out and was like, "You got to go fuck that Lorraine bitch."
All right,
Remember?
so here's the logical question: who dies first, Michael J. Fox or Christopher Lloyd?
Oh,
It's Christopher Lloyd.
yeah, it's Christopher,
Christopher Lloyd
Does someone
looks
have
bad.
Christopher Lloyd?
Yes,
I think so. Does Zach have him?
maybe.
Zach, do you have him?
It's a simple yes
Actually,
or
it
no.
might be me. I think it's
Don't need
me.
to say so many expletives.
Jesus, Zach, that's against your own people. That's nothing nice.
South Africans are a fine breed of people, but
I have Christopher Lloyd.
okay.
Yeah, he looks terrible. He's a good pick.
The Calvin Klein commentary reminded me of Gianni Versace and how cool of a pick that would have been to have had.
Or Andrew Cunanan.
Or any.
But he wasn't. Was Cunanan a celebrity? I mean, up until he became a.
It would have been great
Murderer.
if there was like a gay serial killer named like the day before our draft. Could you say we draft like the day after Andrew Cunanan kills Gianni Versace. They're like hunting him, looking for him dead or alive. He's like 20 something. Could you draft Andrew Cunanan because he's now a celebrity on a murder spree in South Beach?
It's in the Terry Schiavo type of world where they're in the news.
You'd have to just.
This is a chicken. This is chicken or
You'd have to
the
reach
egg.
consensus
This is bad.
amongst the group and
Yeah.
vote.
That's a really fucked up story. Gay serial killer goes on a shooting spree across the U.S.
Comes to Minnesota.
Oh, he was in Minnesota.
He
wasn't
started in Minnesota, yep.
Who did he kill here?
There was a pawn shop owner who he sold some coins to that he killed, I think. But I don't think that was in Minnesota. That was along the way to
I
Florida.
think that was Rick from.
Don't you
Boston.
hate people that can't like just settle and deal with the deal they made with somebody? Like, they come back later, like, oh, you ripped me off, and it's like, no, you made the deal, dickhead. That's your fault. I'm assuming that's what it was over, right? I mean, he was pissed off.
Seeing
He didn't get
helicopters, like search helicopters, looking for him during the manhunt. And I was always scared he would come into my room at night.
I don't think they were actually searching for Andrew Cunanan.
They did, yes, they did for like one weekend.
Yeah.
You know what?
They gave up that easily?
Well, they realized he wasn't
In Burnsville.
Minnesota. No, I was driving up to my cabin, I think.
Oh. Yeah, don't worry, that man who came into your bedroom at night wasn't Andrew Cunanan. It
Ooh,
was your dad.
Dorner would have been a fascinating pick.
Because you knew that was going to end.
Or
with
someone
his
from the
dad.
Clive and Bundy family.
Well,
Must
it
be
was
some of the Bundys still alive now.
Who's Clive?
They were the-
Well, I know Al's still alive. I watch him on Modern
Yeah.
Family.
It wasn't
Ted's not with
wasn't
us.
any of the Clive and Bundy family that got shot. It was there was one of their supporters. He was like the poncho man or whatever.
I'm not read on that story at all. I don't
No,
really
it
know
was
much.
a bunch of hicks who took
Yeah.
over
Like a
park department.
Nevada and Oregon.
And people were just like, whatever.
Yeah,
I don't go
they're
there.
just hanging out at a parks. Okay.
Whatever. Just leave them alone. They'll go away
What are they
eventually.
gonna, that's not a critical resource for the
Yeah.
state there.
You win. The school groups aren't going to be able to go through for a little bit to look at old Indian relics, but we'll make do.
Kind of gets into terrorist territory almost,
Oh, it
where
totally was.
we banned terrorists at the time, mainly because none of us wanted to do our research on our top terrorist.
Yeah. Well, there was what's his face who's dead now. The ISIL leader got killed a while ago.
I'd have picked him.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you can just look like the FBI top 10 most wanted. They're all
They all look the same.
they look the same, have hyphens in their name.
Fucking
Like-
beards.
A lot of Q's in those names.
The closest
Too
we
many.
have to a terrorist is Bashar al-Assad, which is
He's not a terrorist.
I said the closest. I picked him. He is
No,
not
don't
a
we have
terrorist.
Desmond Tutu?
Someone has Desmond. Tutu.
Yes, I have Desmond. He was my last pick in the round of 15. I can't believe you people let
It
me
sounds
get
like
him.
he's not a bad pick.
Oh, is there news I don't know?
No, no. But I feel like I hear his name more just because,
He's old.
yeah. So like people are talking about him as though like they realize he's gonna die soon. I don't know.
This is some good pod there, Mario. All right.
God, you know, oh, here's some celebrity late-breaking news out of the sports world. Broncos cornerback Aqib Talib shot in leg.
What do you think the chances are that he shot himself in the leg? I'm going to go with over 50%.
Well, all right. He was shot at
Nightclub.
the fight at the V Live Club
Oh,
in Dallas.
yeah, I didn't see this one coming. Wait, hold on. Was it after midnight?
Oh, I mean, it had to have been in the morning, right? Yeah.
Sunday morning.
Between midnight and 4 a.m., 3 a.m., something like that.
Yeah, I would guess so.
That's the trouble with the athletes is that they die so randomly. It's impossible to try to know who the real riskiest.
Well, that's why people pick Johnny Manziel, but it'll probably be Teddy Bridgewater. Oh, sorry. Was that off?
Don't you
limits,
put
boys?
that evil on us?
Oh, Jesus.
How good would have Chris Henry have been back in the day?
Yeah.
You guys remember Chris
Falling off
Henry?
the back of a truck. That's
a
pretty
tough one.
good.
What was the name of what was a basketball player who killed his limo drivers? And,
I'm sure
you
there
know,
are.
Jason Williams?
Yeah, Jason Williams. Yeah.
It would've been a
I
good
remember he
pick.
was on MTV Cribs and had like a 35,000 square foot house. Like, how do you have like Jason Williams? You were never like a legitimate player. What?
Well, they still make like.
Is he in prison?
No, I don't think he ever
I think he got
prosecuted.
away with it, pretty much.
Oh.
Who was it? Someone
shit.
had
Oh, I
his-
thought he got manslaughter charge.
Well, that's like 2
But-
years.
Yeah.
If that. It's 2 years for a poor or a
What am
person
I-
like us.
Oh,
I had a buddy who used to have Jason Williams as like putter or something. He would use it while golfing.
do you like sell
He
stuff
was a
off?
coworker.
He
Yeah.
probably had to. I mean, It's expensive to murder somebody.
I think he had a friend who caddied for Jason Williams, so he got one of his old clubs.
Since we got on the sports celebrities, I just had a crazy thought. I wonder what the ratio of death pool picks the year before Pat Tillman joined the Army was for him versus after he joined the Army. Do you think he was a big pick that year? Or do you think you looked at him and thought, like, that motherfucker, there's no way that beefy bastard is going down?
Yeah, he's probably like he's probably talking to troops at the USO shows or doing some.
Yeah, and now we brought this up. Do you think we should put a ban on friendly fire since we put a ban on terrorism?
Death is a death, my friend. But name me a famous military person who's worth picking right now.
Locally?
Anywhere. Like a famous military person worthy of pick. There's no one. There's no one famous in the military anymore.
Schwarzkopf is a good one.
Oh,
Well, he's not
I mean, like
currently in the
active duty,
military.
like gonna get killed because he's in the military.
Is he alive still? Stormin' Norman?
Oh, bonus round, alive or dead. Kyle, look it up. I'm gonna
Pretty
go
sure he died a couple
alive.
of years ago.
I'm gonna go alive.
I'm going
I
dead.
think he's alive. I'm going alive.
Dead.
Dead.
Wet.
2012.
Cheers to you, Norman.
Of
Heart attack.
Being an old
yeah,
He was very old.
probably.
Pneumonia.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's a good old man.
That's an old
Yeah.
person disease.
Yeah.
That's a good old man.
Or
78.
or an AIDS patient.
Yeah.
78 years young.
It's a good run, man. 78's a good run. You make it up above 75, that's a good look.
So here's a strategy that I just want to know what you guys would think of if this is within the rules, right? So we all have very old people on our list.
Sure.
Say we accidentally got them wet with water, with cold water.
They're not gremlins.
They're not witches.
I had so many of those in my head, I'm not doing it.
Accidentally soaked them with a hose or whatever before they went home.
Right.
Get them some pneumonia, right?
Yeah.
How are you planning on watering these old celebrities?
Hey, hold on.
I just want to know if that's not murdering them. That's if they took care of it quickly, they'd probably be okay.
So let's say that I take a trip down to K-Fan and I just cut a brake cable. Is that a slow leak? You know, he's got a little fluid before he hits the road.
We'll edit that out.
And then
On a snowy winter day.
I think it's a good idea. You
That's
can
the
do
same-
do it
that's-
to
I'm sorry, that's the same question.
yeah. You can do it to Sid
Making
Hartman
sure.
easy.
Yeah,
You might give him a heart attack.
You just get them wet.
Sneak out of closets and yell boo.
Yeah, who can't take a joke? Sid, why are you grabbing your chest? You can't take a joke?
Sid, do you really want to die this angry? What's going on, Chief?
Ooh, that would have been a good pick in the pick for the next 2 weeks. Sid Hartman.
Nah.
Sid
How is he
Hartman's a
gonna
good
go?
pick for the next 2
How
weeks.
is he gonna
forever.
go? I don't get like. It's got to be an illness, but he still works every day. We'd know if he got sick.
Is he still working?
Yeah, I think he's there like he does a column every day. Like he's at every press conference.
Well, here's all I'm going to say about Sid Hartman.
I'm gonna say heat stroke, Vikings minicamp.
Stroke. It's like
Oh, dude, are you
2000.
okay?
It's a stroke.
We can blame it on global warming.
I think you were just having a little concussion.
I had
Mallet.
having a little moment there with the words coming out. I realized what I was about to say wasn't funny. Message shouldn't have come out of my mouth.
Oh, that happens to the best of us.
All right.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, your guess on how Sid Hartman dies?
Probably autoerotic asphyxiation. He looks like the kind of guy that likes to have his prostitutes tie him up and fucking choke him to death.
Are you listening here now?
This fucking guy. Don't you wish you could watch that though? Just to see, like, do you think he
Watch him autoerotically asphyxiate himself?
Do you think he gets hard? Do you really? I mean, think about
I'm
Sid
gonna
Hartman
go
for a
with
minute.
most of our layup picks do not get hard anymore.
That's true.
Zsa Zsa Gabor definitely does not get hard.
Nope.
I bet her quick
Oh,
gets
but
more erect than anyone.
we didn't pick him, but Sumner Redstone gets hard.
That's true.
All right, so we're gonna bring it home then, or
Well, I'm just.
Oh wait, I'm going to say heat stroke at Vikings training camp.
oh yeah, I think that's probably right.
It wouldn't be the first time that happened at Vikings minicamp.
Corey Stringer, bringing it back.
Oh, God.
There's another great pick for years ago. What was that, 2000?
It was a whole. Yeah,
How would you have gotten to that pick? You would have just had to pick all the old linemen on the Vikings team or something. I don't
It
know.
was like the year Dave picked all King of the Hill voice actors.
Stephen Root?
Stephen Root and fucking Mike Judge. Hey, but Brittany Murphy worked out for him. It's a great year.
Unbelievable.
It's a great year for him to do that.
I'd go with pneumonia and heartburn. I just like the pnemounia.
Yeah,
theme
we're
right
gonna
now.
go get him wet. You're gonna go soak him with a hose before he goes home.
Don't get your
Stop
senior
saying
citizens
get 'em
wet.
wet.
PSA, don't. Make sure to dry wet senior citizens.
You don't want him to catch pneumonia.
Oh my god.
Car accident might not be a bad pick.
I wonder if
I don't
he's a
think old
driver.
people really die in car accidents. They just kill young families.
'Cause their
I guess
cars
they
are too
run through
big.
flea markets and like
Yeah.
not kill like 30 people.
They're usually fine. You don't die
Kinda like
when
a
you're
drunk
driving
driver.
a giant Buick from the 80s.
Yeah, the Cadillac.
Yeah.
Right through the farmer's market.
They do drive tanks, so.
Well, boys, this has been a little slice of heaven, hasn't it?
Or hell.
This has been the Deadpool podcast. Coming to you live from 6033. Signing off. Remember, don't get your old people wet.
Don't get your old people wet.
Are we done?
Yeah, I think so. Zach, are we done, Zach?
Zach?
Jesus, again?
God, Zach.
At
Not
least,
the
at least
racist
say
shit.
Prairie Negro. Come
Yeah, I
on,
was
man.
gonna say.
I've got to get running here.
Just beeline for the Chiefs.